Alright. Welcome everybody. This is EMP.Money, our daily lottery, live drawing, and detonator rollover. Let me know if you guys can hear me over on YouTube. We are live on YouTube as well as a town hall style AMA in Telegram if you guys want to jump on and join the discussion. But man, what a day. EMP on fire. The markets are on fire. We're above peg. Boardroom is printing 11 million TVL. I mean, we are killing it in every direction. So, congrats to all of you that are here. This is just a really hyped day, and we're excited. And I just realized I'm muted on Telegram. So, alright, sorry guys, I'm on Telegram now too. So, are we good? Can y'all hear me?
Can hear you.
Alright, awesome. Thanks, Josh. So, yeah, guys. Alright, awesome. So, yeah, welcome everyone. Again, market is waking up. Everything is looking incredible. EMP is killing it. Again, our TVL is growing. The dollar value, because ETH is going up, EMP naturally goes up with it, being algorithmically pegged to ETH. We're above peg. Boardroom is printing. Again, nothing could be going any better. We have a ton of coverage lined up. The cat is out of the bag, so to speak. Yesterday, James Pelton will be doing some coverage on us. We had an incredible AMA with him, a private AMA. I don't know if he's going to use that audio or just do a video on his own, but he is super hyped on the project. He has an incredible community, so make sure you guys go show him some love. That video should be dropping shortly, again, over the next few days. But yeah, everything is looking really, really good. So let's jump over to Detonator, and I'll share my screen. Alright, Detonator should be showing up on YouTube, and yeah, we're looking really good. So we have about just over 11 minutes remaining till our rollover. Again, this is the Detonator, our daily ROI contract that is kind of the gateway into our ecosystem. With ETH pumping, our dollar values in terms of US dollar value are just insane right now. So the pool balance is 26,233 LP. That's $2.8 million US. Again, we're pushing $7 million in total liquidity with 11 million TVL, which over the last 24 hours has gone up substantially. And that's the beauty of, again, having exposure to Ethereum. I mean, where are you going to earn 1% a day on Ethereum? Nowhere. So, and the fact that we have the liquidity to back it up makes it a true algorithmic peg. So, alright, what else? We have our largest prize and our largest deposit of the day is 262 LP. Again, that's the highest ever we've had in terms of dollar value. And that's $28,385. We're giving that away to one random lottery winner and the largest deposit of the day. There was an awesome snipe yesterday. I had some family obligations, so I wasn't around, but it was about 170 LP that took it yesterday. Right now, 18 is the leading LP, but I'm sure that will be sniped in the last few minutes. So make sure you're compounding as we get ready to roll over here. And the team wallet, the account I'm actually on right now is one of our team wallets, and that was actually the lottery winner yesterday, which is super bullish because that team wallet will not be taking profits. We roll over all of that back into the contract. So by that happening, essentially the pool won the lottery. So that's great for sustainability, and essentially all of us won the lottery yesterday because that goes into the pool share. So again, amazing things, very random that happened, but it's always a possibility. So one ticket is all you need to win. So alright, anybody have any questions or comments on Telegram before we get going here? I'll do a 5-minute warning and 1-minute countdown.
I just have one thing to point out for anybody that's new or I know that like it's a lot to learn. There's a lot of different things, but just in terms of like straight ability to earn on your own investment here without trying to sell your EMP because you're trying to figure it out. Like nodes right now with the current peg, I mean, even the lowest node with 500 EMP is at almost 1% daily. It's at 0.92 right now, which is just mind blowing.
Yes, brother. Great point, Josh. Hell yeah. So we incorporated nodes on top of our ecosystem, which really is a game changer in terms of economics. And, node projects are all the rage right now. But we take ideas that we've had and see working and implement a better version of them. So what happens with nodes usually is they emit forever, and they emit in the native token that has no other use case other than the node itself, and the rewards essentially dilute to zero, because the only way to realize profit is to sell the native token. I mean, and it's, again, when you say it out loud, it makes a lot more sense of how kind of ridiculous the economics on nodes are. Now, some of them have treasuries and other ways of doing things a little bit better, but with us, our nodes have a lifespan. So you're only able to earn 400% ROI, and again, depending on the size of the node, the APRs fluctuate from, like Josh said, from about 1% a day up to probably almost 2 or 3% per day on the larger nodes, because the larger your node, the faster you get that 400% back. So again, whales aren't getting an advantage on the ROI itself, so it keeps it fair, but it also incentivizes you to save up for a larger node. So even if you didn't participate in Detonator or our economics as a whole, nodes alone are a perfect way just to single stake, basically, EMP, earn, and again, when we're above peg and the ecosystem is healthy, those nodes are printing even higher. So the math is a function of how high we are above peg, and the reason we do that is because the ecosystem gets a percentage, the treasury gets a percentage of all the boardroom prints, and that's how new EMP is introduced into the system. So all node payouts are backed by our treasury. So things are, again, extremely bullish. We're revolutionizing the Tomb Fork economic system, and the proof is in the pudding. I mean, we're hitting new all-time highs, local all-time highs, both on EMP and eShare, our share token, and TVL is booming. So, yeah, great point, Josh.
Hey, AJ.
Kurt, how are you, my friend?
Good. I'm back in the U.S.
Oh, that was a fast trip, brother. I thought you'd be there for a while.
I was actually there for a couple of weeks, but time flies.
Yeah, brother, no doubt. What's
and
up?
I wanted to second what you and Josh were just saying there. Over the weekend on my way home from Portugal, I hit a milestone with the EMP project, and I have officially doubled my bag in the time that I've been in the project.
I love it.
And that's like fantastic, of course. And I would just encourage anybody. I know we're getting new people coming on all the time, and I have been in this project since the day Detonator started. I just lucked out. It was the day before Detonator started is when I found out about the project, and so been around for a little bit, but still a noob. But the community's been great. I've learned a ton, and I've made some money on some other cryptos in the past, as we all have. But I really feel like this project is more than just gambling, right? You find a crypto that you like and you think you're coming in at a good point, and maybe you make a couple grand here and you go, wow, that's pretty cool. But the token doesn't do anything, and it's just kind of like sophisticated gambling.
Totally.
And, but this project has so much more to it, and I just would encourage everybody that's just now where I was 2 months ago or whatever it's been now, to really spend the time to investigate. We've got a great community with people like Bull and all these people who really know some stuff that are there and willing to help. And I just want to say thanks, but also just encourage everybody that's coming into the project. I talked about it all over Europe. So
I love it. Awesome, brother.
Yeah,
you're boots on the ground, Kurt. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. So no real question this time, just words of encouragement and thanks.
Yeah, brother. No, we appreciate you, man. You you've showed up again on our AMAs, our frequent caller. Again, I really appreciate that because that helps. I mean, that helps us build a community. We've had an amazing community. Like you said, there's a bunch of big brain individuals that are here and willing to help. The EMP Academy is another awesome resource for any of you that are new, and even if you're a veteran, check out the EMP Academy again. We actually just uploaded 2 brand new videos today. Again, I know some of you guys were giving me a hard time that we didn't have any videos on nodes, so yeah, I worked with Stephanie, one of our other awesome community members. She finished up those videos, so now they're on the EMP Academy. Definitely, again, after the call, jump on there and research those. And yeah, I mean, we're creating a project as DeFi heads ourselves that we wanted to see in the ecosystem. So, you know, it's a project that, like Kurt said, it's not, you're not worried about if your coin is going to go up or down, or somebody's going to buy it higher than you. We are algorithmically pegged to Ethereum. Again, I mean, other than Bitcoin, and even Bitcoin, I mean, it's having a tear today, but, you know, the chances of Ethereum doubling or the chances of Bitcoin doubling, I would definitely put my money on Ethereum. So, again, we have the best of every situation we possibly can, and it's just really bullish right now. So, and again, that doesn't mean not to be a Debbie Downer. You know, there could be, you know, some dumping, and that goes with the territory. But we have 10 different streams of passive income within the platform that a lot of don't even rely on the price or the overall market sentiment. So again, we're a one-stop shop for passive income and direct exposure to Ethereum at 1% a day in most contracts. So yeah, awesome, really exciting stuff. So all right, guys, we got 2 minutes left. I'm not going to take any more questions unless somebody just wants to say hi, and then we'll jump right into it after this rollover and give some updates.
Oh, AJ.
Charlie, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. Very quickly, I saw you post the what time would you prefer Detonator? I think you meant 11 p.m., 10 p.m., 9 p.m. because you put AM everywhere. I think it's only 12 a.m.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I may have to update that. So yeah, right now.
Me too.
Okay, great.
All right, I thought it was 12 a.m. UTC is what it is now. So yeah, and I was going to talk about that after the call. So yeah, then just ignore that poll for now, and then we can start a new poll in a minute. But all right, we got 1 minute, guys. Again, get ready to snipe and compound last minute. Make sure you're getting all your last minute rewards. The last minute incident rewards. Again, if you're in the contract already, you get a percentage of whatever the last minute volume is, and that really helps you get to at or over 1% per day. So make sure you're compounding, and here we go, 35 seconds. Good luck, everyone. Make sure you get your tickets last minute. It takes about 20 seconds to process on Binance Smart Chain. So here we go, 20 seconds. 15 seconds. Alright, there's a little snipe. 28, will 20 take it? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's see. 28 gonna take it?
Yeah, 88.
88 came in. Alright, I think 88 took it. Awesome, guys. Let me refresh. Alright, I'll have to look on chain. Anybody in Telegram can tell me. So 88 was the winner. Full balance looks great. We gained about 300 LP in the last few minutes, or yeah, with the rollover. So, alright, there it is. So yeah, again, 28,000, about 28,300 was the lottery winner for yesterday, and now we have 24 hours to build it back. It's already 28,708 in US dollars. That's 265 LP, and that's the largest lottery to date, and we still have 24 hours to hopefully grow from there. So pool balance looking really strong. Again, this is one of the most sustainable ROI contracts ever created, and now we just have to scale. So the more volume coming in, the better for everybody. Right now, total users are 1,045, and again, that's been growing by about 30 or 40 a day. So looking really, really good, and that should exponentially increase as well. So, all right, guys, I'm going to jump back over to my blue screen homepage, and we can get right into questions. Bear with me. All right, we're on YouTube now. Good. All right, awesome, guys. I'm all set now. So, all right, so yeah, to talk about the poll. So we do have the ability to change the rollover time right now. My fault. I thought it was 12 a.m. UTC, but I guess it's 12 p.m. UTC. But anyway, we'll do a new poll, and based on again what's fair for everyone, we are able to change the rollover time of Detonator. So if you want to give input, join us on Telegram. As soon as I'm over this phone call, I'll do an updated poll for everyone, because I know the U.S. went through daylight savings about 2 weeks ago, and now Europe is going through that now. So it's like 2 a.m. for some of you guys. So again, we want to be fair to the community as a whole, and we will update it again as we grow and expand, to be fair for the majority of users. So I know it's frustrating, but if you look at EMP like a job, you know, you do what you can to make sure that you're compounding, and if you want to have more of a passive play, you can always put your EMP LP into our 𝘕𝘩𝘢𝘯𝘵 auto compounder. We have some major news with them. They are now our official auto compounding partner after getting rid of the boardroom vault. So for those of you that have been following along, the boardroom vault was negatively impacting our setup by doing the exact opposite of what we want to do, which is selling EMP for E-shares. You want to be selling E-shares for EMP, and that's what the other vaults do. But the boardroom vault was different, and we had a discussion with the 𝘕𝘩𝘢𝘯 team. They were amazing and very receptive. They got rid of that vault, and now we're off to the races. So again, show some 𝘕𝘩𝘢𝘯 some love for actually caring about their community and the community of others to do the right thing. So yeah, all right, guys, I'm gonna open up to the floor. Anybody have any questions? Want me to go over anything?
Yeah, I just want to add, AJ. Sorry, bro. AJ, it's 12 a.m. UTC, but I'm sure you want to vote for 1 hour before, 2 hours before, or 3 hours before. So it's 11 p.m., 10 p.m., 9 p.m., but it's still 12 a.m., right?
Right. Okay, brother. Yes, you're right. Okay, I get
Got
what
it?
you're saying.
Okay, good.
All
Thanks.
right, thanks, Charlie. Yeah, bro. I apologize. I'm a silly American that doesn't know time zones. So yeah, bro. We'll make it right. So, all right, awesome. Bull, go ahead, Bull. Are you there, or Storm? You got something?
Yeah. Go. Yeah.
Right,
I just
Bull
wanted
first,
to.
then Storm. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Bull.
Okay, thanks, AJ. I just wanted to call out my nephew a little bit. My youngest nephew, who's been playing kind of a hybrid of strategies offered by the community. He's been here a month, and he's right at about 4x. So that's
incredible.
you know, yeah. So it's not me, like telling him exactly what to do. I've explained to them how everything works, and everything that I tell the community, right? Like, get involved, read, make your own choices. And, he made his own choices, and, of course, because his, the ETH price is up and EMP price is up, that is a reflection of his bag. But, he didn't just wait and see. Like, he kind of investigated and did a hybrid strategy, and like I said, he's up 4x in 1 month.
That's epic, man. Congrats to him. And that just goes to show, again, those of you that put in the effort and learn our ecosystem, and again, you don't have an unfair advantage than other people do. It's just about you get in what you put, you get out what you put in. So, again, that's awesome in here, Bull. I agree. The fact that Ethereum has been pumping really helps the dollar value. But again, we're one of the only platforms based on math. I mean, don't even take my word for it. Just based on math, that everybody in the entire ecosystem can win as long as we're all, working towards a common goal. So, again, that's what seigniorage is at its core. It's a fancy word for controlled inflation, and it's what the Egyptians and Romans and Federal Reserve they've been doing for hundreds and thousands of years with government-owned currency, and we apply that to the blockchain and cut out the middlemen and give all the rewards to all of us that participate in the ecosystem. So, yeah, things are extremely, extremely bullish. So, all right, Storm, go ahead, brother. You there?
Yeah, hey, AJ. I just want to say thank you guys for such a great project. I've been in crypto since 2016, and I feel like this is the most exciting protocol in all of crypto right now. And I've been in EMP since January, and it's just looking really good. And just wanted to encourage everyone to stay for the long haul as a long-term investment.
Wow, brother, that means a lot, man. That's a big claim, and I'm with you, bro. I think we're doing some really innovative things, and it feels good to hear, a long-term community member say the same thing, bro. So
yeah, appreciate it.
Awesome.
Keep
Storm.
this going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, brother. Absolutely. I mean, we're here again. Don't expect profit from the work of others, but we're here to pump our own bags and continue to come up with innovative things. And the beauty is that all of you in the protocol are owners of the protocol. So it rewards good actors, and together we can scale. So, and now everything is in place with Detonator and nodes, and again, the vaults that are discontinued that have been hurting us. So now it's just about spreading the word and getting, the volume to scale. And if we're going to go into a bull run, which it looks like we probably are, even if even if it's a mini bull, through the summer, again, we're positioned perfectly to capitalize on that. So awesome, Storm.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, thank you, brother. Absolutely. So, all right, guys, I'm going to jump on to Telegram. I have a few questions here. Again, shout out to everybody on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Josh, Harrison, Simon, anybody that's on the Telegram chat, make sure you open up a tab in YouTube and just have it on the background. That helps with our analytics. Like and subscribe and do all that stuff. So I have to go through the motions. I guess I'm a YouTuber now. So, all right, guys. Casey, you had a great question, bro. So Casey is a long-term member, a previous lottery winner too, I think. He said, I mentioned this the other day. Is there a way to show your initial deposit date in Detonator, kind of like a countdown? So, yeah, I will get with Jake on that. Our developer, we are implementing a brand new UI. I've mentioned this a few times. We finally found a front-end developer, and we've been working with another community member on the design itself. So yeah, that can probably be something that we implement into Detonator as a UI update. But you can find that out on chain. So if you go through your transactions and search under whatever the contract address is for Detonator, I don't know off the top of my head, but it'll tell you when their first deposit was. So you can do that based on a spreadsheet in the short term. But yeah, that's a great suggestion. So all right, let me see. Any other questions? Make sure you put it in YouTube comments or Telegram comments. Hey, how are you? Who is this?
It's Henshaw.
Hey, Henshaw, how are you, my friend? Sorry, brother, I'm not looking at Telegram, so I thought I recognized
no, that's fine.
Yeah, how are you, bro?
Yeah, that's fine. No, good, and you?
Really good, my friend.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been, studying and all of that.
Absolutely, brother. Oh, sorry, I think I killed the chat on Telegram. Hang on one sec. For those of you that are on YouTube, bear with me. Alright, sorry people, I got too excited, and I did the rookie mistake. I canceled the chat, so
Yeah.
sorry, Hensher, my bad,
Yeah.
bro. I was excited to hear from you,
No,
man.
that's fine.
I wanted to, I did hit the wrong button, so, alright, go ahead, my friend, what's up?
Yeah, no, good, bro. Yeah, I wanted to just talk on the last point you talked about the initial deposit. If we could see it, like, when you go to Detonator, where you have the ranking or something like that, if you can click somehow you see what that person deposited initially. It's for me, the way I see it is a kind of a very good marketing strategy. Why I say so is it if a newcomer, it's easier when people you tell, or it's difficult for people to believe when you tell them, oh, see this platform, I put in 5K, and right now maybe every day I'm receiving say 500 or 1,000 after a year or so. But when that person can come, in the platform itself, many people, they are not versed with going to the blockchain, going to, look at, it's first of all a whole deal of work to go and check what was somebody's initial deposit for Detonator. It take a long time you can do that, but I mean, it's cumbersome. So if we can find a way, I'm saying so because it is going to be a marketing strategy for us, because I can tell somebody, go there, check. You see that I put in 10K from the initial deposit. But look at it, after a year, I'm receiving maybe 1,000 a day or something. That motivates somebody. But when they just hear from your mouth, they take it with a pinch of salt. Like, how do I know that truly you deposited 10K? To go through the motions in blockchain, it takes a while. But if we have something like that in our platform, they can see not only you, the person that is talking about, they can see all the other ones that you find there. Every address that is there, they see their initial deposit. They see, yeah. So I think that it's just market. It can help us as a marketing strategy also. So
Yeah, no, that's.
I don't know who came up with the idea, but I think it's good.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. That's a great suggestion. Casey just brought it up. He's a long-term member, but I know some other people have asked for it as well over on Discord. So, yeah, bro, I think that's a brilliant. I love your idea. I think the best spot to put that may even be in the ranking section, because then you can see what other wallets.
That's what I think.
Yeah, what other
Exactly.
other wallets have entered, and again, that gives you another way to maybe conduct some strategy as well. So. Yeah, man. And again, when we're a year, 2 years old, 5 years old, that's bullish, because that will show the
Exactly.
sustainability of everything. So yeah, hell yeah, bro. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I need to tell somebody, like, after a year, for them to feel very comfortable that, okay, you are receiving this after a year. Let me put it also and see what I can get after a year. You understand? It helps to make somebody to think long term, because when you're telling them, okay, I put it like this, 6 months after, 1 year after, this is what I'm getting. They also have that mentality now. Okay, I'm putting it in a year. So it helps us to bring long-term visions, into the whole system, and that's as sustainable as we can get.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely, Hunter, for sure. And again, I wish I could share the UI with you guys. Those of you, again, the team has seen it. 1 or 2 people in the EMP army have seen it. I'm trying to keep it on the down low, but the new UI is a lot more statistic-based, but also more user-friendly, for noobs that want to come in and just get right into Detonator. But yeah, no, I'm with you, man. And that's something, right now we've been really all of Jake's attention, our developer, has been on making these contracts and making the economics solid. And now that we have that, we're working on one more contract now to help feed the treasury. And once that's finished, then UI and quality of life updates, those will move to the front of the development queue. And again, we have a new front end guy that will help as well. His name is Chris. He should be on some of the AMAs. So yeah, no, we're stoked, bro. I mean, everything has been great. And again, it's kind of hard to put it in perspective. I mean, the platform itself isn't even 3 months old yet. So we've been developing at such a breakneck speed that we, again, have not really had priority of UI and those kind of changes. And just been working on getting the contracts squared away before we jump into all the other stuff. But absolutely, we love the suggestions. There's actually a channel on our Discord. You're more than welcome to put suggestions in Telegram as well, but there's a specific suggestions channel in Discord, and that's a great way to see what everybody has already come up with, or and it allows the team to go back and look at it, so it's a lot more organized. So yeah, awesome. Anything else, Hensher? You good, bro?
No, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
All
Good job, man. I keep telling you guys the work you're doing. I mean, it's really amazing. So good job, bro.
Thanks,
good
brother.
job.
Thank you. Yeah, man.
Keep the platform in every way possible.
No doubt, bro. We appreciate the support, and again, it's now when things are, the market's green, everybody's happy. This is when we can kind of revel in the amazing community that we built, and again, it's only up from here. So, all right, awesome, guys. I have another question in Telegram, and then I think one more on YouTube, and then I can take some more questions from the chat, the live chat here. But somebody said, is it possible to show some sort of table with the percentages of player holdings? So that is going to be a lot of data that we would have to pull on chain to have like a global table. But you can calculate your percentage of like your EMP ETH LP based on what you have and what the overall pool size is. So if you're on the farm section, you just take basically the dollar value of what you own in LP and divide that by whatever the larger number of the overall pool is in the upper right hand side, and that will give you your percentage of the pool that you own. So hopefully that helps. And then again, Detonator, it does that math for you individually, but to apply that to the farms might be a little bit too much information, but that's a good suggestion for sure. So, alright, let me see other questions, and then we'll open it back up to voice. Hang on one second. Alright, so there's that, and then let me see in YouTube. Alright, so could we perhaps get back some of the nice stats on Detonator, like the last compounded or last deposit, number of times deposited, maybe even average deposit over the period, many more options. Additional stats would add more depth and might even be a motivator. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, that kind of goes to what I was just talking about. We're going to be a lot more stat oriented. It's a double-edged sword as well, because sometimes, when you log on to a DeFi site and, you're bombarded with all this info, it can sometimes be a turnoff. And that was something I even was talking to James Pelton about. Some of his members, had heard about EMP in the beginning, and they just were overwhelmed by how complicated it looks from the outside. So the idea is that we have a more user-friendly experience, and then those of you that want to really dive in deep and have all the stats and really geek out over the math, then yeah, we want to provide that as well too. So we thought about maybe even doing like an advanced user display. I know a lot of swaps implement that, where you can control a lot more options. So if you had like a basic and then an advanced, UI that you could switch between, that might also be an option. So yeah, we're definitely listening to the community, and we will implement many UI updates as we go forward. So, all right. Any other questions in Telegram? I see one in the Telegram chat. So it says, "Hey AJ, is it possible to add like a team factor, like Drip, where you can send airdrops and stuff? May bring more people in." So yeah, we don't have any plans on extending the referral system. We do offer a straight 3% of whatever the deposit is of the person that you're referring. You get 3% of their initial deposit. We do have the ability to turn on compound to that as well. But you have to realize that when we start, rewarding large amounts to referrals, it's basically a little bit of a liquidity leak. So what that means is the rest of us kind of suffer by losing some share in the pool because we're giving it away. Now, if it makes us grow, then that's a necessary evil, and something that, again, we could do, but we feel like there is a lot of other options to explore before we get to that point. So there will never be like a secondary token, though, that you have to own to be able to get referral rewards. I mean, we're not going to go into making actual like legs, like affiliate marketing legs and all that. I mean, it's just not really what we're set up to do. So yeah, but no, I mean, we are entertaining different ways to incorporate the referral system, but whatever it is, it's not going to be an exploit to the system. So
yeah. Hello, AJ.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, with respect to that, what you just said, I just want to stress that fact. We all know another project which is just like what we have, not calling names, but we all know what is going through right now. And to my best knowledge, based what we have now, this referral system, I really applaud what you guys are doing, limiting it to just that 3% of the initial deposit. You understand? Because if you look at the other system, which I'm talking about, which every other thing that somebody does, a percentage goes to that person, who is the referee or something. So
right.
It makes it, these people now have, large bags, which, in one way or the other, they drain the other people's liquidity in one way or the other. And when these people start selling, you see the platform now, it suffers a whole lot because of all of these, everything that a other person does. Instead to even maybe go to a general pool, it goes to that one person's bag. And we all know there are influencers that will just come in and, they will have a lot of referrals and all of those things. So I think that what you guys have done, to be honest, if we add any other thing there, it will be detrimental to the system, just like you said. But if we keep the 3%, it encourages somebody to bring in somebody. But then, if you add any other thing, it becomes like an affiliated marketing, like you were just saying. On top of something, somebody gains something. So, and those people, when they start selling, that's another whole issue that we'll have to deal with. So, I think leaving it at this stage with all what you've explained, with what we've seen from the other systems, man, this is the best way we can, you guys have done it. So I don't think anything should happen.
Awesome, Hencher. Yeah, brother, absolutely. I mean, we've seen how other, systems work and what's worked and what hasn't. Again, I mean, there is a lot of a benefit to an affiliate marketing system, but as you said, I mean, when things are going down, it's a compounded effect because the large influencers have a huge bag at that point. So yeah, brother, I agree, and I think that we're and not to sound pretentious, but we're kind of above that, meaning I would rather use funds from the treasury to do actual, partnerships and YouTube marketing and pay-per-click and like actual paid advertising that we can measure and we can scale, instead of just relying on, the referral system.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, sure. I agree totally, 100%.
Awesome. All right, guys, killer. Yeah. So, all right, there's another question in Telegram about the yield wolf auto compounder. So, yeah, again, to talk about that a little bit more, I wanted to expand on. I know I said it earlier. So, what was happening is a lot of these auto compounding platforms have a boardroom vault, and what the boardroom vault does is it takes your eShare, you deposit it in there, and then it will automatically, after every epoch that we print, it will automatically take your EMP and dump it for eShare. And what this was doing, because that boardroom vault had accumulated like 500 eShare, which was a large percentage. I think it was about 30% of the overall supply of eShare was in that vault. And so after every epoch, it would automatically dump EMP and get us below peg. Now, again, there in traditional tomb forks that don't have the economics in place that we do, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And that's something I want everybody to understand as well. Being high above peg can also be very harmful if we're not prepared for that. So the idea is that you have these mechanics in place to be in a Zen phase. So a Zen phase is being exactly at 1.00 peg. So that's where, again, there's no inflation, everything's working. I mean, that's really what the system is designed to keep at. Now, again, we want to be slightly above peg because in the boardroom prints and everybody's happy and the inflation is very minimal, but everybody's getting paid. So that's really where we want to be, and that's now what we're able to do because there's not a lot of large dumping. Now, can some whale still dump EMP and bring us down below peg? Absolutely. So we have to be prepared for that, but again, there's a lot less risk to that because it's not happening automatically. That whale will have to make that conscious decision to dump, and again, we've educated the community to take profits in eShare rather than EMP itself. So, and then they have some more questions here. Let me read it, and then I'll answer one by one. So, now that the yield wolf auto compounder for eShare is no longer running, do you think that eShare will be stable in price, or will we see booms and busts in the eShare price? I only asked because I've been swing trading eShare a bit, and it seems that it may not be a good strategy as it becomes more stable in price. So, first of all, we don't recommend swing trading anything. So that might be something that you, again, want to look out for. But no, I mean, if anything, this is actually more bullish for eShare because eShare gets its value by having the boardroom print. So if the boardroom isn't printing, then the value of eShare goes down. If the boardroom is consistently printing, then eShare becomes very, very, very valuable. So, I mean, even now, I think eShare is still a bit undervalued, but the idea is you want to farm eShare and not go out and buy eShare. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question. And again, I don't know if Bull or Machu want to add anything to that, but it's really... Again,
I will. I'll jump in.
Yeah,
I'll jump in.
Yeah, bro, go ahead.
Okay, thanks, man. I'm gonna do a quick weather analogy about the peg wave, and the reason you want to be, you don't always want to be above TWAP, okay? And it's a simple weather analogy. So if anybody can chime in and let me know if that's helpful. So in the real world, I often tell people you wouldn't want to live in a place where the weather was perfect every day, because you would never know it because that would just be normal. And you need up and down to understand actually what's good. Because if like I said, if you live in a place that's paradise and everything is perfect, that's normal. And I personally, I encountered that when I went to Hawaii, and I was always stunned at, like, I look around and everything looks great. But when you ask the people that live there, a lot of people are just like, I see this every day. I grew up with this. It's just normal. And so a lot of the things I talk about are just perspective or perception, and especially projects like this, kind of, I don't want to say they hinge on, but like it's important to like keep an even like emotional state about being above peg or below peg, because you don't want to be swung by your emotions. And the reason I kind of say that is the weather analogy. I think is fairly helpful in terms of kind of realizing like, wow, if this was like this every day, everybody's always on this emotional high, and then you're probably going to get burned out and desensitized to like how great the system actually works. So you have to experience the downtime. But even in the system, when it's down, it's really, really good, because if you take advantage of the community and the strategies that everybody's put forth, you have the ability to earn, like Couch kind of said, there's 10 ways to earn, right? Like, and that's, it's true. But if you are swung by that idea that like you always have to be above peg to earn, you haven't investigated enough. You haven't, all your eggs are maybe in the boardroom basket, and that's not what you want to do, because totally. if you simply, and sorry, I'm getting off track here, but
good. This is great info, because I want to go over this. So yeah, go ahead, Bull.
Okay, thank you. And then so today is a perfect reflection of why, people for the last month have been saying build your position in LP. Because, 2 weeks ago, I don't have an exact chart up here. I do, but I don't have my reading glasses on. But, ETH is up substantially in the last 2 weeks. And had you've been building your position a month prior to that, when, LP was $82 instead of $112 or whatever it is right now, you would be so much more ahead. And like I said, this is how my nephew was able to capitalize on and see that 4x, because I mentioned I tell him these positions are undervalued, right? Like so you have to do what you can to maximize these particular positions and buy these products like when they're cheap, and he did. He created his own strategy and he followed it, and that's what everybody should do, because every strategy is available here for free. Nobody's telling you to do anything. They are offering their practical advice, and you can take it or you can leave it. But that's the great thing, is nobody's charging you for information here. And I'll wrap it up here. The idea, like, don't let the emotional state make you make stupid decisions. Realize that there will be ups and downs, but if your investment is built right and spread across the system, you're going to earn regardless if it's below or above. And then you're going to see why you want to protect PEG, because chances are, like, if you're built properly, when we're above PEG, we're substantial. You make substantially more, and then so you're going to have this increased incentive to protect PEG, and you're not going to always be able to do that, because new people come in, they don't understand how it is, they think that they win by other people losing, but truly you win by other people winning, and you will lose by other people losing. So totally. there is a reason why I keep beating this idea, is just this truly is you. If others win, you win. If they lose, you lose. I love to help people. And so this is a perfect project for me to share information, because it helps me. And to some degree, it's not selfless. I actually love helping people. I do. Like, even before this project, I spent hours every day on the phone helping people for free, because I want to see people be successful in this space. And this project really gives you the perfect vehicle to do that. But, you have to spend some time, number one, understanding those basics. Number two, developing an advanced strategy that works well for you. But keep in mind, the most effective strategy really is understanding that when others win, you will win. So that is it. That's all I'm going to say. And hopefully that weather analogy helps. Is that, and I'll just say it one more time. You know, if you lived in a place where the weather was perfect every day, that would be normal. You would never know. And this is why you need up and down to figure out like where balance is in your life.
Absolutely, Bill. That's great words of advice. And yeah, bro. I mean, you're absolutely right. I think people get too caught up in PEG, and yeah, PEG is important. You know, it helps, you know, determine the health of the ecosystem. But we've developed so many things on top of this ecosystem that again, we don't have to rely on PEG to earn. So again, those of you that have been around, you understand that. If you don't understand that, please ask some of the OG members or take the EMP Academy, because once you truly understand that, the power of this is just remarkable. And again, I mean, it's basically, so with us being below PEG, the idea is that you're basically getting Ethereum at a discount, because, you know, you're able to, again, because we have such high liquidity, and because we're, again, mathematically paired to ETH, whenever we're below PEG, you know, EMP, and EMP is essentially fractionalized Ethereum. So again, I made this analogy the other night, and I kind of blew my own mind. So like Bitcoin has Satoshis. Well, you know, Ethereum would have EMPs. So, and I really think that we can get to that market cap to make that a reality. Because again, it's 4,000% of Ethereum. So one EMP is basically 4,000 shares of Ethereum. And so what that means is when we're below PEG, you're essentially able to get Ethereum at a discount, because theoretically we're always going to return to PEG with the mechanics in place. And again, once you start realizing that this is a true game changer of a DeFi platform, and you know, again, those of you that understand that know exactly what I'm talking about. And I think as we move forward, more and more people will understand that. And again, I mean, I could say that, and if we only had $1 million in liquidity, then, you know, that statement really is not really backed up by anything. But I mean, we're pushing $7 million in liquidity, and that could 10x over the next few months. And once we have 70 million of liquidity, I mean, you know, then we truly are, because half of that is Ethereum itself. So again, you really are exposed to ETH, and it's not just words; it's math. So all right, what else? I have a question in Telegram. I'm gonna keep going through this. Just joined today into Detonator, so welcome, Scott. Glad to have you, brother. I don't see anything in the docs about the lottery. Can you do a quick explanation? Is there a winner every day? If so, do I need to deposit every day to be entered? So yeah, the lottery is in the white paper, but I'll go over it again. So basically, you're guaranteed, or you're able to have 100 tickets per day. So 50 of those tickets are from new deposits, and 50 of those tickets are from compounding, and everything is calculated in a 24-hour time period. And right now, the LP, it's based on how much you deposit. So you get one ticket for every 0.15 LP. So that's about $18 US for one lottery ticket. And yeah, you can either compound that or deposit. So if you want 100 tickets every day, you're going to have to bring in new capital every day and deposit as well. But if you're already in, and as long as you're compounding, you're able to win a lottery ticket, and it's actually even a little bit less, because there's some taxes at play. So if you compound, you're only paying a 5% tax instead of a 20% tax. So you're able to get a ticket for about 0.125 instead of 0.15. So yeah, I mean,
0.1275, AJ. 1275.
All right, thanks, Bull. Yeah, guys. So there's a chart. Again, I'm guilty of oversimplifying things, but and rounding numbers. But yeah, to be exact, thanks, Bull, for sure. So yeah, and it's the lottery is 1% of the overall pool balance every single day. And what's really unique about the lottery is if you win, you aren't able to get that in winnings immediately. So some people say, well, that sucks. But if you think about it, it's actually a much better system we have. So your winnings are automatically compounded for you into your deposit amount. So what this does is it basically it makes you have delayed gratification and doesn't allow you to dump on the protocol itself. But by doing so, you're able to actually earn 365% on that winning. So you're right now. I mean, today the prize was about 28 grand. I mean, you could turn that into about 80 grand. So it's really, really powerful. And again, something super unique to our platform. And the lottery, again, theoretically, will only continue to go up. So, all right, hopefully that answers it about the lottery. Bull, you're really good on the lottery. Did I miss anything?
No, I mean, that's really good. That I just posted in chat. It's 7.5 LP for 50 tickets if you wanted to do that every day. And so, like Couch is the best at like telling people to buy LP when it's cheap, and Crypto Mike has, given people the information, and not advice, but like you claim when, the LP is more expensive. And so those are ways to, maximize like your returns and your positions. But yes, 7.5 LP for deposit. And, that's roughly, I think I posted $813 today, right at this exact second. And, 50 tickets through Compound, and you use the number 0.1275 LP. And if this is, I don't know the exact number right off the top of my head, but around 525 or 30 LP in there can compound you 50 tickets in a day. So,
perfect.
You can kind of do the math of the best way to get in, but so. The lottery itself, you can win through largest depositor, or you can win the lottery, and only one ticket wins the lottery. So I believe, there was a winner, Jesse C. He won with 2 or 3 tickets. So, it's not impossible to win. What's impossible to win is a lottery when you have 0 tickets. So, your choice, make your own choices, but only one ticket wins.
Yeah.
Totally.
Hey,
Yep. Go ahead, Couch. Absolutely. Hey, brother. How are you, Couch? Go ahead, my friend.
Good. Just to make sure, to make a statement, it is like if you compound for the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, your bag should be right now 32% up, LP to LP. So like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, the LP price was around $82. Now it's 108. So, but just by compounding, you make money.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was muted. So yeah, no, for sure, and that's why again, the power of compounding is just so important because not only does it build your LP share. I mean, not even accounting dollar value. I mean, just LP to LP, just like Couch said, you're up 33% just on LPs alone, as actual tokens. And then, yeah, on top of that, again, it's delayed gratification in the fact that you're able to take advantage of compound interest because compound interest is so powerful. And, it's one thing to say, yeah, I'm going to compound for 6 months or a year. That's another thing to really follow through with that and do it. But those of you that do that are going to be miles ahead of everybody else. And the idea is that, again, we make the contract sustainable to actually realize those gains. Because it is a game, it's not an annuity. And again, you do run the risk of compounding and then not being able to claim. But we have all the mechanics in place to make that happen. I mean, the balance is growing, and those that grow their pool balance, there's also a whale tax. So that's another video that we're going to kind of dive in a little bit more, and that helps avoid any exploits moving forward. Because as your LP grows, if you own more than 1% of the overall pool, then you start getting a whale tax. So at 2%, I think it's about a 10% tax, and it goes up from there. At 10%, you get a 50% tax on your LPs. And the taxes in our system, they apply to the time and not the principal. So again, when I say a 50% tax, you think, well, holy shit, why would I want to do that? I don't want to be taxed that much. Well, it doesn't. You're still guaranteed your 365% ROI, but it just reduces, or rather extends, the amount of time it takes to hit that number. So again, we have everything in place. We've had 4 or 5 years of DeFi research on contracts that have worked and have not worked in the past, and we feel like Detonator is the end-all be-all of ROI contracts that are actually sustainable. So and Scott is here, bro. Thank you for being here. You're more than welcome, man. We're happy to have you. Any other thing you want me to do a deep dive on? I know you probably don't have a microphone, so if you just want to type it in the chat, I'm happy to explain further. But yeah, and the lottery is also really powerful. I know the last AMA we had a discussion on compounding versus gas fees. Well, you're better off to not really worry about min-maxing the compounding. I mean, if you have more than $1,000 in the protocol, then yeah, I mean, you definitely want to be compounding more than once a day. But what you're better off to do with a smaller bag, or even if you have a larger bag, make sure that you're compounding and getting credit for tickets, because tickets are really the even above anything else. I mean, a lottery win is what's going to propel you forward the fastest. So, Bull, you do a great job of explaining that. Are you still there, bro? You want to explain that real fast?
Yeah, people, I'm here every day, all day long, reading messages, doing AMA. Yes, because that's where all the power is, truly, people. Always use the community as a tool to, learn. Because I've been in crypto since 2013. This is 2013, and this is the best community I've ever been in, hands down, without a doubt, and that's no bullshit.
I could not agree more, brother. I could not agree more. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I was ranting. I forgot the question, AJ.
Yeah, bro. No, you did great. So yeah, again, we do. We have an amazing community, and we love all you guys. But my question was about lottery tickets. So can you just explain real fast about why? Again, you want to prioritize. Effectiveness versus efficiency.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Everybody should Google effective versus efficient, because it's relevant to your life always, in almost every way. But so if you want to compound more than once per day, it looks like you probably need around $15,000 in the detonator. So you do not want to compound multiple times per day with $1,000, because the gas fees are going to diminish like your holdings, because your LP will grow, but you'll lose BNB faster than your LP will grow. So the key, especially so I have 3 nephews in this protocol. I explained it to them, I gave them a tutorial, and they all use different strategies. And so one of them is all in on the detonator, and I believe he has 15 LP or something like that. He made 2 separate deposits of 7.5 LP on different days. And so, that's around $1,600 or something right now. And anybody can chime in and correct me, please, on those numbers, because I know my the LP is a little bit different, or the value is in the past few days. But his goal is to get at least 1 ticket per day, right? And so if he has $1,500, he can't create like a lot of tickets. So if he only could create like 1, the LP and value to through compound to redeem or not, there's not a good word for this, to receive 1 ticket in the lottery. So if he could theoretically do 1.275 tickets or 1.4 tickets, let's say, he would want to make sure that he didn't compound twice during that day, because then he would get 0 tickets, because he needs to compound at the optimal time so that he's claiming, or he's compounding and the number is at least 0.1275. And there is a chart that I believe you can just click /chart and it comes up the exact amount of LP that you need to compound to get X number of tickets. And so if he only was able to the interest that accumulated during the day was only equal, slightly greater than the value of, or the cost of one ticket, if he compounded twice, he wouldn't get any tickets. And so your goal obviously is to grow LP. But really more importantly here, the chances to get the ticket is really, I don't want to say it's more important, but as the number of users grow on the system, your odds are going to decrease to win the lottery. So you want to do everything in your power to win the lottery when there are fewer people, because then you'll have a greater chance at winning. So you just have to make sure that you are compounding efficiently and effectively. And if you're only able to create, let's say, I think, how much is 0.1275 of LP in LP value right now? Like $13 or something, maybe?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Okay, so that's just off the top of my head. So if you could create, $14 in interest in a day, you would want to make sure that value is at least 0.1275 LP or $13 or so. That way you get a ticket, because if you don't do that, your LP is growing, and that's awesome, because long term you're creating LP. But if you compound, when you can, when it's 0.129 LP value, you're going to get yourself a ticket, and your LP is still growing. So you just want to make sure that you're maximizing, the opportunity that's there. And there's 2 opportunities. One is to grow your LP, and the other is to have a chance at that lottery ticket. So compounding, efficiently is very, very crucial, to the success of the lottery. Compounding effectively is really, really important in or growing your LP. So is that clear?
Yeah,
or did I ramble too much?
No, I think that was great, bro. Exactly. Nope, that was awesome. And again, that's why there's so many game theory, we call it, but so many mechanics at play that make this so unique. And like you said, your nephews are involved, and they're playing it 3 different separate ways, completely different. So again, it's to each their own, and it fits whatever investment style you have. And one thing too I wanted to mention, and I don't know, again, I think it's obvious, but maybe it's not. So when we say lottery, like, this isn't really a gambling either, because the lottery is only, the lottery tickets are a bonus. Like, even when you're compounding or depositing, you're still getting credit for your LPs, and you're able to ROI on that. So again, lottery is the terminology we use, but I also think it's really powerful for those of people that maybe, again, don't think about it in that term. That, again, this is just gravy on top. I mean, we could have not implemented this, and it would not nearly have the amount of game theory, because at the end of the day, it's about volume, and it's about new users, and that's why we did implement this, because, again, I mean, I want to see a day where, our lottery is in the hundreds of thousands. I mean, it can happen, and it can be life-changing. I mean, I've already gotten messages from people that have won the lottery that truly it's changed their lives. I don't like to talk about it on the AMAs, because I'm not that kind of person that would take credit for something like that. But again, it's just amazing that we're able to offer those kind of opportunities, and it is a marketing tool as well, because as we grow, the lottery is going to get even more and more exciting. So, all right, awesome. I just want to mention that, and then one last thing before we wrap it up here. Again, I'm trying to keep it about an hour AMA. But I wanted to mention the importance of allocation. So I had this question over on Discord as well. The exact recommendation of allocations into the EMP LP, the BNB eShare LP, and the Boredom LP, those allocation percentages, they have not changed. And so again, if you take the EMP Academy, all the numbers that we've discussed is still pretty much exactly what we want to be doing moving forward. So even if we're above PEG, again, you still want to prioritize your EMP ETH LP. We suggest going between 70 and 80% of your overall investment into EMP LP. So I just want to make that perfectly clear that EMP LP is still the king as far as what we recommend and what you need to be involved in. And then once you have that position established, then you can start, going into nodes and going into Detonator and going into, the other farms. So again, I just want to kind of end on that note that EMP LP is still exactly what you want to be focusing on, because when we grow our liquidity through that, then everybody is rewarded. So, all right, any other last minute questions before we wrap it up? All right, let me double check Ethereum. Let me double check YouTube real fast and Telegram. All right, yeah, I think that's it. I think we're gonna wrap it up. So, all right, if any of you have questions after this, feel free to go to our Telegram, post them there. We'll be happy to jump in. I'm gonna be on for another half an hour probably, just in the Telegram answering questions. Again, we do this every single day, and with this hopefully a mini bull run coming, there should be a lot more interest coming back into the crypto space, and that's a great opportunity for us to start scaling this project. Again, we have an awesome interview or coverage from James Pelton, who's an amazing crypto YouTuber. So that's coming out this week. We have a bunch of other marketing things in the works, and we're working on a brand new contract as well, and that deals with stable coins. For those of you that want to lock in your gains, this is a perfect solution, and it also helps our treasury. So again, I can't wait to release that. That should be another week or two. That's what Jake is working on now, a developer. And after that, it's all about, again, just scaling the project and getting more people involved. So we're excited. We're in an amazing position. ETH is looking great. Again, our TVL is looking great. The farms are printing. I mean, and no matter what you're in, you're getting more than 1% a day. Literally, that's what it is right now. So it's sick. I mean, we're firing on all cylinders. So, and above all of that, like Bull said earlier, we have literally the best community in crypto. I've been around since 2014, and I've never found a community like we have here. And let's not even talk about the team. I mean, we have an all-star team as well. Myself, Marty, Lunas, Demi, Crypto Mike, but the community and the EMP Army generals are diehard community members. I mean, it's just been insane. I mean, you can't buy this kind of info that you're getting, and I'm happy to say that I made some lifelong friends along the way. So thanks again to all of you guys. We're going to continue to kill it, and we'll do it all over again tomorrow. Same spot, same place. Definitely join our Telegram, and yep, we'll see you all tomorrow. Yep, alright guys.